Here are my Survivor Series War Games predictions. Wait, no. Scratch that. We're not going to call them predictions. We're going to say things that I think should happen at Survivor Series War Games. Okay, first, Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena. What should happen? Dominic Mysterio should win the Intercontinental title back because I think WWE have backed themselves into a corner when it comes to John Cena even winning the Intercontinental Championship. I think he won it just because that's probably going to be his last big win. His last big win was winning the Grand Slam, getting that title from Dominic Mysterio. Now he can go drop the belt to Dominic Mysterio so they don't have to pigeonhole themselves into a situation where he has to lose his final match just to relinquish the Intercontinental title. Yeah, I understand that John Cena could show up the next night, which I think is not going to happen at all. Show up the next night and just lay the Intercontinental title in the ring and just say, here you go, because that match, his last match, is his last match. He doesn't need to show up. He doesn't need to show up on the following episode of Monday Night Raw. So that's why I think here he will drop the strap to Dominic Mysterio. He will free himself up to win his final match. Now, in a scenario where John Cena retains the Intercontinental Championship against Dominic Mysterio, now I think you're setting it up for him to lose his final match. And okay, I'm going to be that guy. For 1 second, I'm going to be that guy. Let's say John Cena keeps the Intercontinental title. If he keeps the Intercontinental title, then it makes all the sense in the world for a guy like Carmelo Hayes or Gunther to make it to the finals and defeat John Cena and take the title. No, take that back. Take that back. Take that back. If John Cena retains the Intercontinental title, it makes sense for a guy like Carmelo Hayes or LA Knight to make it to the finals of the tournament against John Cena and beat him for the title and become the Intercontinental Champion. However, if John Cena loses the Intercontinental title, that opens up a whole world of possibilities. Yes, LA Knight or Carmelo Hayes could still win and go face John Cena, but if John Cena loses the Intercontinental title, then maybe from 0% to 0.5% chance. So it's going to go up 0.5% that some of these wild and outrageous names that people thought were going to be in the last time is now tournament is going to come into play. I'm talking about LA Knight's mystery opponent being somebody like Edge. I like I said, 0.5. He's under contract. Tony Khan already said that he said no, but Tony Khan kind of wasn't talking as much shit as he usually does when he was talking to Ariel Helwani. So now kind of just like the 0.5%. It opens up an opportunity if John Cena doesn't have that belt because we know, let's say, for example, just for the sake of discussion, we know that if somehow Edge was in that tournament, Edge isn't going to make it to the tournament to fight John Cena with an opportunity with the Intercontinental title on the line. Neither one of those guys are going to be there a day past that match. So, but if John Cena doesn't have the title, it kind of just be a respect thing. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. But for the sake of this match in of itself, I do think that Dominic Mysterio is going to win his belt back and is going to free John Cena up to do whatever. The possibilities are endless. Nikki Bella versus Stephanie Vaquer. I'm going to say this right now. Stephanie Vaquer better win. If WWE makes the fucking mistake of having Nikki Bella, first of all, Nikki Bella should never hold the women's title again. I'm talking about WWE women's title. I'm talking about women's world title. Nikki Bella should never have that again. Nikki Bella really shouldn't have the Intercontinental title But if they want to give Nikki Bella an Intercontinental title, fine. Whatever, fine. But she should never have the main belt again. It shouldn't even be in the discussion of her being able to win the fucking women's world title. Like, give her a title shot, fine. If she beats Stephanie Valkyrie, I'm gonna ask WWE, what the actual fuck are you doing? What are you doing? That should just not happen. That should not happen at all. Nikki Bella should not hold that strap. Stephanie Valkyrie should win, and she should win decisively. She should win decisively. It shouldn't even be a question at any point in the match if Nikki Bella is going to win that match. Stephanie Valkyrie should wash her. I'm not just saying that because I think Stephanie Valkyrie is great. I'm saying that because if Nikki Bella were to win, it's gonna feel like the same old era WWE shit. I don't want to see it. Just let Stephanie Valkyrie beat her, man. I don't want to see her Nikki Bella win that belt. Stephanie Valkyrie better win. Women's War Games match. AJ Lee, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Alexa Bliss versus the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Becky Lynch. I'll be the first one to say, if I was the face team in that women's World War Games match, I would not trust Charlotte Flair. Can't trust Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is incapable of staying a face for too long. And the clock's ticking. The clock's ticking. Charlotte is a heel by nature. And eventually that bubble is going to burst. And for the sake of the women's face team at War Games, they better hope the bubble doesn't burst during the War Games match. I wouldn't trust Charlotte Flair. But that aside, I just do not see a scenario where the heel team is even going to stand remote of a chance of beating the face team in this match. I think there's no chance at it. That team is fucking stacked. AJ Lee, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Io Sky, like they have everybody's in that match has been the women's world champion before. Every single one of them. Every one of them has been the main girl before in WWE. But the heel team, Kairi Sane, has she ever been the women's world champion? No. Has Lash Legend ever been the women's world champion? No. Yeah, sure. They got Asuka, they got Nia Jax, they got Becky Lynch. They all have been a women's champion. Shit, they got a couple of them Hall of Famers, but from top to bottom, that face team is stacked. The only chance the Hills have in that match is Charlotte Flair turning on her own team. So that's my pick for that match. And like I said, this ain't a prediction. This is what should happen. The face team should win the women's War Games match. Simple as that. Our final, this should happen, men's War Games match. And I feel like I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm going to say it because something has to give. The Vision should win that match. They're probably going to win that match. But I'm going to tell you now, they're not going to win that match, not without Brock and Braun Breaker having a face-to-face moment where they're butting heads. That's going to happen. That's a lot to happen. That's going to be future forecasting the match, the eventual match between Brock and Braun Breaker. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. Trust me. I don't know if they're going to come to blows during the match. Brock is unhinged, so we don't know. But I do know that they're going to butt heads during that match. But the more interesting feud during that match is going to be Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Here's how I see it playing out. And I could be wrong. Like I said, this is what should happen. So, I mean, it's not necessarily what I'm predicting to happen, but this is what I would do. This is how I would book it. I would have CM Punk and Roman Reigns not be able to coexist. I would have Jey Uso feeling like Jimmy will be incapacitated somewhere. I'll have Jey Uso feel like he has to step up for his cousin, which Roman, last time he seen him, he said, I don't want to see y'all. I don't need y'all help, right? Jey Uso, feeling like he has to back up his cousin, is going to go to super kick CM Punk. Don't forget, we're not too long away from CM Punk defeating Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight title. He's going to go to super kick CM Punk, and he's going to accidentally kick Roman. He's going to accidentally kick Roman. And then either he's going to still kick CM Punk right after that. CM Punk's going to hit some way, somehow. This is all going to end up with Jey Uso turning heel. Jey Uso's energy has been funny since he lost to CM Punk. You guys ever been around somebody who you know didn't like you, but they're just being fake? That's the energy I'm getting from Jey Uso. Like, all right, man. All right, cool. Bitch ass motherfucker. Yeah, man. Yeah, what's up? That's the kind of vibes I'm getting from Jey Uso. Unless it's just WWE being dumb again. Like, look at it like this. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. And tell me if you guys caught this. I'll give you a perfect example. Remember when Jimmy Uso ran up to, I think it was CM Punk, and was like, yeah, man, I'm going to be on the Survivor Series War Games team too. And then Jay kind of was looking like, fuck. Because Jay don't want to screw over his brother. He don't want to screw his brother. But I do kind of feel like he got a plan to screw somebody. Because he was looking like, God damn, I didn't want Jimmy to be involved in this shit. That's kind of how he was looking. So I'm telling y'all, watch out for it. Watch out for it. Because it could happen. You could see a Jey Uso heel turn. And once again, this is kind of a prediction, but it's also what I think should happen. That's my prediction / what I think should happen for Survivor Series War Games. That's it.